Shimano pedals being sold on Amazon's website are fake. Holy cow, we're going down a rabbit hole today. This video was talked about from another bike shop store down the street from me, and he's like, hey, have you been seeing a bunch of fake Shimano Ultegra pedals coming into your store? I'm like, I haven't really been paying attention to it. Majority of people who buy bikes from us usually just get pedals anyways. He's like, I've been doing fits on customers, and I've had 6 of these pedals, if not the pedals or cleats, have broken. He sent me over the listing, which I'm going to show you guys today. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of the fake pedals versus the real pedals. Because to the untrained eye, these look great. We have the Shimano box, we have the logos, we have the markings. But let me tell you something, guys. My eyes are not untrained. My eyes are trained. They're trained in the art of fake Shimano stuff. Now there's been, oh, hold on. Oh, saw that little bicep vein peak. Oh my gosh. Now there's been obviously other counterfeit products out there by Shimano, like chains and cassettes, which he also advised to, saying that he's seen some of those on Amazon as well. But this is strictly about these pedals. I haven't done a deep dive unboxing on them yet because of the fact that I wanted to unbox them with you guys. So, but I did get to play with the actuation of the pedals, and holy cow, it's night and day difference. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, these pedals listed online for $120. I believe Shimano Ultegra regular pedals retail for around $150. So to the unknown customer, they might think, wow, I'm getting a deal on these pedals, $30 off. What a good deal. But over here on this side are the fake pedals. Over here on this side are the real pedals. And you can already see a little bit difference of the color hue on the box. This is what a real Shimano Ultegra box looks like. Nice packaging, black, kind of a shimmer to it. The corners are very rounded on here. The cardboard seems much thicker and kind of like it doesn't fit properly. And then even the labeling and the packaging looks much more pronounced, and you have a real EA Sports. It's in the game. EAN, and also a UPC right there as well. Now on this side, it literally looks like this is just a print over a normal white box, and you can see these are very clean cut corners, very sharp edges, and that's a telltale sign right there, because this has always been known to be like a little bit more bulbous and round and stuff like that. When you look at this is like almost like a piss yellow black, you know, it doesn't look like a real black, and it looks kind of faded. When we go side by side here, they even came with this little kind of sticker over here, but you can see, if my fluorescent lights would get out of the way, all this font and text on this side looks much more faded, like again, whereas this is much more pronounced, much more shimmering, but you have everything else there. The carbon, the 8mm, the road, the TT Tri, the SMSH11, you have the 800 or the 800 with the plus 4mm spindle. But on here, they cover over the sticker with the UPC, and it kind of looks like 292. I don't know why they cover that over, but we'll look. But maybe obviously because that's their own packaging on there. But definitely you can take a look. So let's go ahead and unbox these things. The packaging already looks kind of iffy. Let's see what we got. So starting off with the real pedals, unbox. We have the pedals packaged in plastic, a left and right color packaging, also with the yellow warning label in here. Opening up the fake box here. Very similar. You have the Speed SL right here. And then again, the packaging, red and blue, left and right. Again, the print on here looks a little bit more faded. It doesn't look as pronounced as the red and blue on here. And they even have their own little warning sign. Again, not as pronounced. This yellow on this side looks much brighter than this yellow over here on this side. Let's examine the baggies. Very good, solid packaging. This looks very faded. But nonetheless, if you're a customer getting these, oh, yeah, okay, I'm an idiot. But again, nonetheless, if you're a customer getting these, you'd be like, yeah, that works. Now for this, with the warning label on here, and you guys might be asking yourself, Grant, why does it matter if they're fake? I'm going to show you guys in just a second why it matters if they're fake, because this can be major flaws for you as a rider. You could have serious injuries. This is the real pedal on the left. This is the real pedal on the right. And you can see again, this cardboard seems much more thicker, like it came from actual company. This one looks much more crappier. Let's see if it's real or not. Okay. Everything works for it and use genuine strong clean bones. Yep. And again, cheap cardboard, nice paper on here. So yeah. So first look at the actual real pedal on here. Bearings feel nice and smooth. Axe looks really good. You have the plus or minus sign for the actuation on the pedals. Nice carbon fiber body. This looks to be the bolts that holds the pedal together, like a long rivet on there. But when I pull on these things, I can get some actuation on here, but it takes a little bit of effort. And this is what holds your cleat in right here. You want these things to be firm, because obviously if these were not firm, you could clip out, you could clip out, God, use words. You could clip out while just pedaling. So this has a good amount of spring tension on here, which is what we want. Going on over here, and is this in the, that might be in the always the easiest, but look at, now looking at the fake pedal, bearings feel much stiffer, like it's just packed full of grease. I know you guys can't experience that for yourselves, but they do feel much different. They have a similar carbon fiber body, the same contact points for your cleats, the plus or minus. But here I notice, I mean, this is me barely touching this thing, and I can get this thing all the way to almost actuate completely. I mean, that's like a lot of movement there. So again, that's the whole pedal that's going to hold you in place. Like I said, this is just me barely, like I'm very, very little pushing on that thing. I'm going to make sure that the tensions are correct, but like, see, I can get that right one to move easily. This left one I could barely get to move. Also in here, this nut looks like it's not as defined in color, whereas this one looks like it has a little bit more color to it and sheen. This is the real pedal. This is the fake one. Looking on over the back. This one showcases a little bit more raw carbon in it. This is the real one. This one looks like it's a little bit more of just like a plastic kind of body in here. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is a plastic than not carbon fiber, you know? Because it could just be like a plastic mold in here, to be honest with you. Whereas this Ultegra is a carbon fiber. We're going to weigh in to figure it out. But I want to go ahead and I'm going to tighten this thing all the way down. I'll tighten this one all the way down and we'll do this test again. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the all the way plus. I just feel like I can keep on going, to be honest with you. So when you tighten it down, all right, so let's go ahead and tighten it down. Right now, I think it's in the loose setting on here, and there's a lot of movement there. That's even in the loosest setting, you don't want to be able to move it that much. But even here, like I'm tightening this thing down. Okay. Okay, hold on. When I'm tightening this thing down, it should have audible clicks like this. Like they have like you hear that click? This is a real pedal. So it has like different settings you go into. This one, it doesn't seem like it has clicks at all. It's just, yeah, okay. Oh, there you go. There's a good click. I heard one click. Yeah, okay. So now it's not, it doesn't make a noise at all. So you just tighten it. So that's a telltale sign giveaway. Now this should give it the most tension. Even if it is fake, you're just basically tightening down a spring on here. So let's go ahead and see. Yeah, you do have, it has a lot more tension on there, which is great. So, you know that works. Let's see. I mean, but still, I can move that with my thumb pretty easily. You got to think about that. You see that separation right there? Think about like a 200-pound person putting their weight on there. If that thing separates that easily with my thumbs doing that, that's no bueno. And let's go ahead and go back to all the way easy. Again, there should be audible clicks on here. So now all the way easy. I mean, that thing could easily just break off. I'm sure if you have in this easy setting doing it. And what I also noticed, compare this pedal to the other one, it seems like all where these connection points are, like right here, I can catch like a lip on here. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole body is just plastic, which it looks like almost plastic on there. Like that doesn't really look like carbon fiber to me. So this might just be a plastic pedal, which is supposed to be carbon fiber. And we are going to open up the internals on here as well to show you guys in just a second. But to give you guys an example, here's what a real pedal by Shimano Taker should sound like. So let's go all the way easy. You should have like incremental adjustments on there, like so. So that's pretty easy. And then let's go ahead and go just like that. And those are kind of key moments, like especially if you're doing like a fit with an actual fitter, he can be like, hey, it's too loose or too tight. You can make those adjustments to understand like audibly where you're at, not just in the middle of BFE. And here, this is really stiff, which is what you want if you want always stiff, but I can't even get that thing to move at all. So again, that's a good, because if you're putting out 1500 watts and you're putting down, you don't want this thing to move on here. But I'm really trying to go ahead and hold on. Let's see if I can get this thing to move. Okay, no. Ow, my pecs hurt. Okay, so that's a good look. Now, so if your pedals don't make an audible click, there's probably something wrong with them. Now let's go ahead. Dude, that feels like crazy loose. I wonder if I can break these things. Freaking Bezos. I mean, look at that. All right, just for me doing that. I know it's on the loosest setting, but again, think about you sprinting on these things or clipping into these things 5 times a week. Yeah, that's crazy. So that's already pretty much damaged. Let's go ahead and look at the cleats now, because that was another story from the guy at the other store. He said that he noticed the cleats snapping off mid-fit when riding them. So I'm going to show you guys the cleats now. All right, so for these yellow cleats right here, they should be pretty easy. Like if you're going to replicate and sell these things online, they should be. It's literally just a piece of plastic. But already pulling them out of the box from me dealing with installing these on shoes on a daily basis and working in the industry for 15 years, they feel extremely cheap to the touch compared to a normal set of cleats right here. And they even kind of look off in certain areas, like these hole situations. These look a little bit smaller, to be honest with you, but let's go ahead and open up the real ones and we'll show them side by side. But I don't see how they can really screw that up compared to them. Let's see. So again, we can see the printing on here is definitely more defined and more yellow, whereas this is kind of faded. Circle on here is not showcased. This one definitely is. But just the finishing on the plastic, you can see like it looks a little bit more rough. Looks like it didn't come out of the mold properly. Whereas here, everything looks like it's a little bit more redefined. Damn, a mosquito just went into my ear. On the back, yeah, I mean, to the trained eye, or to the untrained eye, these things will look pretty good. But these just feel like even lighter. And that was what he's saying. He's saying during the fit, he was showcasing these things, and they were literally breaking in the shoe at the points of here where they clip in, and the points in the back where they engage on. I mean, I don't think I can break these with my hands. I don't know if I can break these ones with my hands. I've never tried, but again, this is the #1 contact place that you want to make sure that's safe when riding, because this is where you're putting down all your power at. But you can see, like, this even just has a different shimmer to this. It looks like it might just be a really cheap material. I wonder if I can do like a bend test on here. Oh, I got an idea. So this right here is a vise. You put stuff in the vise to do stuff with. That's all carbon fiber from me cutting a steer earlier. I know this is not real world at all, but I want to see if these things break pretty easily. So I'm going to clamp these in where you would actuate on your shoe. And that did nothing. I'm an idiot. Let's see if I can get a better grip on. So that was pretty easy to break. But let's go ahead and put the real Shimano ones in there and see if they do any better. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Spend the $30 on real cleats. If you were to go ahead and put down crazy amounts of power and force when sprinting, you're obviously going high speeds. You go ahead and unclip out of this and your foot slides forward off that pedal, you're going to probably fall, eat shit, go to the hospital over a $30 cleat. Let's go ahead and bring in... I was actually blown away by how easy that was, but let's see if that's the case for this one. I'm sure there's some reinforcement that has to be on there on the real ones. let's go ahead and do the exact same thing. It might just be me rooting for counterfeit, because in the bicycle industry, we love hearing that Amazon stuff is fake. Because we're brick and mortar. All right, so this is in there pretty good. Okay. Didn't break, just kind of went forward. I like that. Let's try again. Let's try to get a better grip on there. Again, it's just, so this plastic or whatever material they're using here obviously isn't breaking, which is great. That's showcasing that whatever you're doing, it's just going to wear off and it's not going to slip out though. Let's try one more time. Let's see if I can get as good as I can here. Again, not cracking, not breaking at all. Just kind of wearing away the material, which is exactly what you want. Let's try the other point of contact, which just will be held on to by the body of the pedal. We're going to put in the vise right here. This is the fake one right here. Let's see if I can't get a good amount of bite on here. It's going to be very difficult. Yeah, I don't think that's going to... Let's see if I can get like this. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. So again, this is a fake one. I just took a nice chunk out of it. So that again broke pretty easily with little or no force. Let's try this one. And this is on a sharp edge, so I mean, like, if they both break, it might just be that my tests are dumb and make no sense. But I'm just trying to showcase this a little better. On here, I can't even get... Oh, is that why? No, I had a nice bite on there. This, on the fake ones, look a little bit more pronounced on here, whereas this looks much smaller. So, yeah, this took a chunk out of it too. Oh, these are my pedals I'm selling in the store, damn it. Now I gotta buy new ones. What an idiot. I'm out of my pocket, $120 for these pedals and $30 for cleats. Okay. All right, so we can obviously tell the cleats on here for the fake ones, they break. They're very brittle plastic. They're only meant to last for a little bit. Let's see if I can get this thing up. Ow, that hurts. See if I can get this thing up. All right, we get it. You know, these are broke. These are fake. Ooh, that's a good test. Hold on. Last test before I move on, because I just have a hyperfixation on this right now and my ADHD is not allowing me to do anything else. This is the fake cleat. Okay. So that broke pretty easily. We have a good basis to go off of. We're going to clamp it in the exact same spot. That broke pretty easily. Again, it's probably just some crappy mold plastic. Let me go ahead and grab the real one. And we have this thing set up like this. Right here. Looks like it's right on this line right here. So I go right here. And let's see. Okay, so again, this being a better molded material, yes, there's breakage. Well, it actually broke here and here, so it gave way that weak point there, but it didn't actually break. So if you're actually riding on this thing again, your shoe will be intact. You probably won't be able to clip in and out properly, but you won't slip off your pedal. Whereas like something like this happens, you're fucked. Last but not least, I want to show you guys the internals of these things. So this is the fake one now that doesn't have, now has a rattle after we adjusted the spring a bunch of times. So this is what you're left with $120 after one adjustment of your spring and pushing down hard on it. And this is our new one. Let's go ahead and open up the internals of here and see what it looks like on the inside. These are the fake ones again, so I don't really care. I'm going to clamp this down right here. God, man, what the hell? So we have our 17. I'm tightening it because I'm an idiot and dyslexic. Let's take a look at the internals of these bad boys to see if it's actually true Shimano. And at the end of this video, I'll show you guys a link exactly how to look out for it, because even the manufacturer name on the Amazon link is misspelled. It's not really spelled Shimano, it's spelled Shimano. So this is the inside of what the axle looks like. And honestly, from what I can tell, it doesn't seem too bad. Even though I just wiped all that shit on there. You have your lock nut, your pressure for the bearings inside of here, and then your little thing right there. Let's go ahead and put the real pedal inside of here. I'm not gonna do it like that, obviously, guys. Come on now. I'm gonna do it like this. I'll show you guys. Oops. Oopsies. Oopsies. Okay. I think I got used to that Chinese one because it was very easy to take off. 1 second. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bee ba bee ba bo bo bee ba bee bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, 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 dick-a-do-do. Bee ba bee bo bo bee ba bee bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-do, dick-a-dick-a-do-do. Dick-a-dee-da-dee-da-do-do, bee ba bee bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-do-do, dick-a-do-do. Bee ba bee bo bo bee ba bee bo. Pick-a-pick-oo, 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 pick-a-bee ba bee bo bo bee ba bee bo. And here is the telltale sign for Shimano reel. Shimano is always known for using this grease you'll see on their cranks for their pinch bolts, on their little lock ring nut. This bright fluorescent yellow grease. And they even have some Loctite on the actual threads for the pedal. But you can see side-by-side comparison. They look very similar there, but this grease is Shimano's, whereas this is just whatever it is. They might have got the same axles and bodies from them, maybe not the lock ring nut, but on the inside, it doesn't look too bad. But just the body itself is definitely a big difference on there. So now it's time to put, you know what? Before I do that, I'm curious. I'm so curious. Bick-a-bee-bop-bee-bo-bo. So I'm going to send these back to whoever sold me these on Amazon, because obviously they're not doing the world good by selling counterfeit parts. And it's Amazon, so I'll get my money back. So maybe it'll teach them a lesson. But make sure they can't sell you someone else. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty strong. I mean, I'll give them that. But the mechanics in this clip in here, and the knot thing and the thing, that's pretty junked up. Let me go ahead and insert this back inside of here. And then I'll show you guys the actual listing itself, so that way you guys can steal far away from their stuff. Their chains, their pedals, and everything. So let's go ahead and rotate this back in here. I'm going to go ahead and put a time lapse on for you guys. So editor, start the time lapse. Bick-a-bee-bop-bee-bo-bo, bee-bop-bee-bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-a-do, dick-a-do-do. Bick-a-bee-bop-bee-bo-bo, bee-bop-bee-bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-a-do, dick-a-do-do. Down-down-down-ding-da-down-down, bing-bop-bee-bo. Dick-a-dick-oo, dick-a-dick-a-do, dick-a-dick-a-dick-a-dick. Alrighty now, so now you guys are in my phone looking at a picture screenshot from here. So here you see the listing for $119.65. Looks just like it. Ultegra carbon fiber pedal. Carbon fiber road bike pedal. We're going to go on over to the next picture here. Right here, you can see with the arrows pointing to it. Manufacturer Shimano. S-H lowercase I-M-A-N 0. That's the way they get around it. People are like, oh, Shimano. I know them. They're a really good company. but again, not real. We go over again, a bunch of reviews on here. Not genuine Shimano, a very good fake, but a fake for sure. Pay close attention to the description. And then right here, you have some misspellings with the arrows. GHT weight, money back guarantee, a lot of user choice. We know you will too. It sounds like me writing this. But yes, so be wary. If you look at the manufacturer and it says that, these are going to be a fake pedal. This video is just out there for you guys to make sure that you guys do not get scammed. It's literally a difference, I believe, of $30 from the actual pedals themselves from Shimano. So again, make sure you guys do not buy these pedals. It will help you in the long run. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here. All right, so let's go ahead and see real quick how much a Shimano pedal goes for. Shimano Ultegra, that's it right there. Oh, I'm completely wrong. They're $200. So again, they're $80 extra. But, you know, again, I know it's double the price almost, but still, do not try to cheap out on pedals. This is the most important contact point you can get to on your bicycle. This is what's in between you and your bike when clipping in. You do not want this to happen to your cleats. You do not want this to happen to your pedal while riding. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you guys like this type of content. If you guys do, I can do it some more. Oh my God, dude. Who's that? Freaking Thor stunt double from Marvel? Holy cow. What the frick is going on? They use my arms for the bicep scenes. Holy guacamole. Like and subscribe.